Hello guys, here we have the Jetbeam RRT01vn. I've only got this in and I already think this is going to be the best EDC on my store. I'll tell you why in a little bit, but a little background. A lot of people are into the infinitely ramping user interface. Me, I think it's kind of cool, but I'm not really a huge fan. I kind of just like step. I'm kind of old school that way. I like step brightness levels just because I feel like it's faster to choose the level that I want, and usually I don't really need more than 3 or 4, so I don't really like to press and hold ramp and wait for it. And I'm really a fan of mechanical switch whenever possible. So here we have a mechanical switch, not a digital, not an E switch where you press and hold, and I like that a lot. So this light right here paired both of what I like. It has the very cool infinitely variable control, and it's a mechanical switch, not a digital switch like the MSR series. So here we have a mechanical switch here. So there's no other switch or anything, just this ring right here. Everything is controlled via this infinitely variable brightness control ring. And there is, when you go to off all the way to the left, so clockwise, looking at the head, it will be off, all right? And then when you turn it, there's the detent that brings it into the on state, okay? And when you turn the ring, it just turns on up the brightness, and then it turns down the brightness. And the really odd thing is, it makes perfect sense to have a detent for off, so that way it stays in off, it doesn't accidentally turns on in your pocket. However, I'm not really sure why at the max point there is a detent for turbo, right, or for the highest level. And the weird thing is that detent does not make the light any brighter, it just locks it into the brightest level. So I guess you want the light to stay on in the highest level and have it locked so it won't change the level. And yeah, I don't know, it doesn't seem very intuitive for me. I think I would rather just ramp it all the way up and then just that much, and then that will be that. But I guess you don't have to use the detent if you don't want to, but it's there if you need it because it's a pretty stiff detent. So just that. All right, and the cool thing about this ring is this is probably one of the best implement of the ring, the control ring, because it's very linear, and I'll show you that in a bit here. Not sure if I can do this on camera, but you can see after the detent, it will ramp to the lowest level that an LED can take. So look at that. I can ramp it down to as low as the LED can be, just like barely even glow. Like so. And I don't think any other light on the market can go down that low. That is really low, okay? And it can go even lower if you play with it. But yeah, so watch how it ramps, and it ramps very linear, well, visually, and that's the key. The key is for it to ramp visually linear, and this one does, and it's just really nice. It's very easy to pick the exact level that you want. And having a smooth reflector, and coincidentally it focused very well with the white one LED. Okay, it puts out about 30 kcd, which is crazy impressive for only 400 lumen. So very efficient reflector. The white, I tried the white too in this light. The beam is okay. You get a broader hotspot, but the throw wasn't impressive at all, and the output increase was, not that impressive. So, but the white one in this light is the right LED for this light, really. If you're a fan of throw, that is. So there's gonna be the only thing, and I did a little power boost to this light, but I didn't see that much benefit. And being a control ring light, I think if we omit the power boost, I think it's better for the light. That way, there's no chance of higher parasitic drain used being a magnetic ring control. So 400 lumen with the white one LED and 30 kcd, incredibly impressive, because the D25CVN is the king of this size thrower, but that light unfortunately only takes the 16-340, while this one takes the 18-350. Amazing. It takes the larger cell, so that's really cool. Here's the cooler thing that I want to show you. So in the light right now, there's an 16340, and when you have the 16340 in here, the light is flushed. There, you don't really see anything, but you see how the brass is exposed, the brass light engine is exposed. And if you put an 18350 in here, and this one is actually a protected one, so it's plenty big to hold any 18350 you want. And 18350, they can be had in up to 1200 milliamp hour nowadays. So that's very substantial, and I'm really glad that it takes that cell, because I am not a fan of the 16340 unless there is no other choice. Okay, so and this light is relatively compact for a control ring light. I don't know, it's just a really nice light. So look, when you have the 18350 in here, the brass is exposed. The brass light engine is exposed, and I think that's a kind of a very nice, cool look. I think it might even be nicer if that thing was polished, but yeah, anyhow. So 18350, you know you have an 18350 in here when that brass is exposed. The O-rings completely still seal the light from the elements, but it's nice to point that out. So incredibly nice focus filled hotspot with the white one. I will have other LED options, and I imagine the SST20s 95 CRI in 3000 and 4000 Kelvin will be really nice. If you want to retain throw but while having neutral, I think the XPL HI will be an excellent option in this light as well for neutral lovers. But for me, white one is the way to go. It's just really, really nice in this light. And just check out the ramp. You know, I really wish that more lights come with the control ring here. It's kind of like a no-brainer thing. You can hand the light to anybody and just tell them, like, yeah, turn the ring, and that's that. And I don't know if there's strobe mode, or if there's strobe mode anywhere on how to access that. I haven't looked that up, but for me, I don't really care about strobe, and I really like it that I just have constant brightness in an EDC, and it just makes it so quick to select the level you want. Oh, there's strobe, so I guess if you go on off several times, you get strobe. Oh, there you go. So there's all kinds of disco modes. All right, so that's that. Okay, look that up in the manual. But yeah, I love it how I can just quickly select the brightness level I want precisely, okay, and quickly. And that detent is to lock it into off is very nice, because it's a very stiff detent. There's no way to accidentally turn it off. And I think that the detent brings it far away enough that there's no parasitic joint. I can be wrong, but I like it that it's there. Clip is really nice quality, looks decent. There is 3 2mm by 12mm Tritz slots here. I will have Tritz installation options. Likely I will have blue. Okay, to start off, I will just have blue because I think it's nice, and I like blue because I just on Tritz. That is, I'll have HC and AHC options for the stainless parts if you want that. But other than that, this light, all it's getting is an LED swap. It's a really nice, hefty light. It's a little thinner at the body here, but about the same size. Basically, it's roughly the same size as the Skylumen SL2C, which is one of my favorite all-time 18350 light. Okay, definitely not as bright as this, because this is a triple, gets hot a lot faster, it has my circuit in it. But 400 lumen EDC, you're gonna get great runtime, obviously, with just, you know, driven so low. And if you want higher output, I would go with the XPL HD for max output possible. So in that LED, I'm guessing it would put out somewhere around I don't know, 600-700 lumen is my guess if you want higher output and a floodier beam. But for me, W1 is the only way to go. And this light, for some reason, they built it like a tank. It just feels really substantial. Let's check out the body here. It's just really, I don't know, it feels, it's normal thickness. It doesn't feel any thicker than a normal light. Oh, it is a little thicker than a normal EDC light, but yeah, I guess it's quite beefy. Has a beefy feeling to it all around, so that's kind of nice. I like it that it will tail stand. I would not use this little loop here for the string lanyard, because if you put the string through here, it won't tail stand. I would just loop it through the little hole here. But then again, I don't really use pocket clips, so if this is my light, I'll probably just remove the pocket clip. So yeah, then I won't have a place. But I do use the lanyard ring, so I don't know. But I love tail standing. That's a must for me personally. So that's kind of tough. All right, so I might just leave the pocket clip here, even though I don't use pocket clips. The control ring is like a really heavy metal, really thick. You feel quality when you use this thing. If anything, I think the ring is a little stiff. I might try to put some solvent in it to see if I can loosen it up a little bit. But then again, it's not too stiff, and it has a nice tension to it. So I guess, you know, it's pretty good. It will stay where you want it to stay. All right. So yeah, that's that. A really, really nice EDC. Simple but nice. And yeah, 400 lumen. It's not gonna get too hot on you real fast. So that's really, really nice. And I imagine with the blue trits on here, maybe a little cosmetic work on the stainless, it will really bring this light to a stage that is you know, for me at least, it will be somewhat exotic, but not in price. Okay, but in terms of value, design, looks, and everything, I think it's a really nice EDC. Very classy, exotic EDC for me. Okay. All right, so you can already tell I'm really in love with this Jetbeam RRT01vn. Pick up the white one. The price is going to be a little higher than the other options, and I usually don't talk people into buying the higher options unless it's necessary, but for this light, it's totally worth it, because for 400 lumen and you're getting 30 KCD, that's just nuts. All right, so incredibly adaptable reflector to the white one. All right, guys, that's that. Grab 18350, 1200 milliamp hours. I know those are out and those are excellent. Okay, so I only have the 900 milliamp hour here, but that's that. It'll fit, protect itself, so that's amazing right there. All right, guys, enjoy.